Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. The name's Defender, and welcome to Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. Developed by Insomniac Games and released for the Sony Playstation in 1999. Spyro 2 is, unsurprisingly, the sequel to the original Spyro the Dragon, with massive improvements. But, in my personal opinion, it's not Spyro 3, but it's still really good. But anyway, enough with that. Why don't we get started, shall we? In the world of dragons.
Is this rain ever gonna stop? I've forgotten what the sun looks like. We should go on vacation. Somewhere warm, somewhere sunny. Dragon Shores. Yeah, I haven't been there since we kicked Nasty Nork's butt. How about it, Sparks? You up for a vacation at the beach? Last one there's a Nork!
Meanwhile, in the world of Avalar, where I'm sure nothing bad is happening whatsoever.
Almost. Just a few more adjustments to these orbs and...
Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Bringing a dragon here could just make Ripto angrier.
Calm down, Hunter, and stop fidgeting.
But you saw the professor's book. They have claws like this, teeth like this, and they spit fire like this. Puh, puh. They sound much more dangerous than Ripto.
That's exactly the point. A dragon is our only chance of stopping Ripto, and you know it.
It's working! It's working! I've got a dragon! Whoa, rough landing. Hi, which way's the... beach? Hey, stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before?
You're a dragon?
You got a problem with that, pussycat?
Well, someone forgot to invite me to the party. Were you trying to keep something from me? A dragon? You brought a dragon to Avalar? I hate dragons! Gah! Ow! Crush! Kill it! Kill it! Go! You imbecile! You ate my scepter! I'll deal with you later!
Well, he seems nice.
Who is that jerk?
That was Ripto, and we have to get rid of him. He's causing all sorts of trouble around here, but I haven't got time to explain. Here, take this magic guide to Avalar. It'll help you begin to understand our worlds. Right now, I have to follow Ripto and see what he's up to. I'll meet you in Summer Forest, okay?
Hey, wait a minute! How do we get ourselves into these messes, pal?
I don't know. But the adventure begins. Alright, so we've been dragged to this world called Avalar on our quest to just go on a vacation. And now I gotta save this place. Great. Also, we have to find everyone a pop filter because I don't know why, but there's just lots of crackling and popping in the cutscenes sometimes. I don't know, it's very strange. But anyway, yeah, at first glance, Spyro 2 looks just like Spyro 1, but as you can see immediately, there'll be some big changes.
Hi, Spyro! Welcome to Glimmer! Unfortunately for us, a mob of lizards just showed up and started stealing all of our gems. Can you stop them?
So yeah, you'll encounter actual, creatures and critters to talk to. And if you want to talk to them again, when they give you the opportunity, just press the triangle button when you're next to them.
If you can find my friend Twitchy, he'll reward you for helping us out.
Alright, I like free things. Alright, so the same basic dealio applies, you know, you move, you jump, You collect gems, you charge and flame enemies, and you have yourselves a grand old time. This time they actually changed the gems, not just in terms of the color, but also their shape. So now gems have distinctive shapes. Just like before, use your charge or flame to attack enemies based on what they have. Big enemies will require you to flame them since they're so big, while enemies that have armor or metal shields will require you to charge them. What's different in Spyro 2 is that every time you defeat an enemy, you'll get this spirit particle, which we will need for something in each stage. But enemies don't drop gems when you defeat them, which is an interesting choice. And it's actually something that they would revert in Spyro 3, since, well, I think you're going to notice throughout the adventure that there's a lot of things that I absolutely love about Spyro 2. I think it is much better than Spyro 1. But it kind of feels like in their ambition to try to expand the scope of the game, which they get right for the most part, some ideas just didn't work out. And hey, you know what? That's the point of a sequel. You refine what worked in the original, you take out what didn't, and you try to refine it into something that does work. And they didn't quite get it here.
Hi, Spyro. I'm a friend of Alora's, and she's asked me to help you out. Whenever you find me, I'll remember your progress like this. That zap means that if you get into trouble, I'll return you to this place. See you around.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Zoe acts as your checkpoint. Defeat the enemies. But yeah, this is Glimmer, the first stage. You know, it's pretty standard as first stages go. It's designed to ease you in. In fact, these small blue enemies, they won't even attack you if you get close to them, which I think is funny. No, I want that. Nope. There we go. Oh, that's right, I gotta change the camera system. Change it to active. So yeah, I think this option was in the original Spyro, but they didn't explain exactly what it did. So the passive camera basically will require you to have more direct control over the camera, as it won't automatically snap to Spyro's back, at least not very quickly. The active camera will more actively, hence the name, track Spyro as he's walking around. It also rotates much faster.
We gem cutters are a bit too short to climb these ladders. Looks like you are too. After you learn to climb, come back to Glimmer to see me.
Alright, so this guy will introduce backtracking, which was really not a thing in the first Spyro game. But, I'll talk more about that once we get to it. This guy. Forget Ripto. If you played Spyro 2 and Spyro 3, you know this guy is the real villain. This is Moneybags.
Ah, you must be the dragon everyone is talking about. Well, dragon or not, I'm afraid there is a small fee to open the bridge. It will cost you 100 of your gems to cross.
So yeah, he's a literal paywall. You'll need the gems that you collect in order to effectively bribe Moneybags to get you what you want. So make sure you're collecting them. Fine, take it.
Thank you, Mr. Dragon. Spyro, was it? You can now use the bridge whenever you want, free of charge. I hope we meet again, when you have even more gems.
Oh, I'm sure we will. It'll be my extreme displeasure. We talk to him again.
Still here? Why don't you help the gem cutters and they'll show you the way to Summer Forest?
But yeah, don't worry. The game... Oh, hold on.
To get a good look around, hold down the triangle button. Try using triangle to look around this cave.
Alright. So yeah, just like in the original Spyro, press triangle to get a behind-the-head view. Kind of like Mario 64. Neat. But yeah, don't worry. You will learn to love to hate Moneybags. He is great. I love him. He's just so despicable. Well, I'm here.
Spyro, thanks for helping us fight off the lizards. Please take this talisman of Glimmer as a sign of our gratitude.
Alright, so the talismans are basically your big collectibles of this game. You'll need talismans in order to progress through the game, but thankfully...
This magic portal next to me will take you to Summer Forest, one of the homeworlds of Avalar.
Thank you for interrupting me. But thankfully, talismans are obtained just by getting to the end of the stage, so they're pretty easy to collect, and you will need all of them in order to finish the game. Oh, look at the cute little ladybugs! Okay, so what exactly are the spirit particles for, you might be asking? They activate each stage's power-up gates. Each stage has its own power-up gate. In this stage, it grants you the power of flight.
Great! The Superfly power-up is active, and you can restart our gem lamps. Flame all the lamps quickly, and the big gem lamp will light. The power-up will give you enough magic to fly for a short time.
Alright, this is the other big thing of Spyro 2, challenges. Since the original Spyro was just a very, collect gems and get from point A to point B. But no, you have little objectives you have to complete, so walk through pyramids for Superfly power-up, light gem lamps with flames, and light them all quickly. So yeah, you'll take to the sky, just like you did in the, flight courses in the original Spyro. This challenge is very easy, though you can see the time you have in the gauge on the right. There we go.
Thanks for helping me light the lamp, Spyro. A fairy gave me this orb, but I like gems better. You take it instead.
Okay, thanks. This is the other main collectible of Spyro 2, Orbs. Very creative name, as you can see. You will need a lot of orbs in order to finish the game, which the game does a pretty bad job of telegraphing that. I'll explain more later, but no, you'll want to be collecting as many orbs as you can get your grubby claws on. Just keep exploring, looking for treasure. So how's everybody doing today? I know there was quite a lot to go through in the beginning, but that's how most opening stages are. Hope everyone's having a swell old time. It is a new year, after all. I was thinking about starting this game yesterday on New Year's Day, but then I kind of realized that, hey, people are probably, trying to enjoy time with their families and do other things, so I'm like, I'll wait until tomorrow. And so here we are. Oh, this can also let me show off another new mechanic, which I don't think anyone in the game directly mentions it, but the manual certainly does. The Treasure Finder. In the original PlayStation version, if you hold all of the shoulder buttons, R1, R2, L1, and L2, sparks will point to the nearest gem available. This can help you find them, in case you get lost. This is very handy, this is actually something that they added to all of the games in the Spyro Reignited trilogy, but there it's done by clicking in, I think it's the left analog stick, or maybe it's the right analog stick, I genuinely don't remember. But yeah, in this game, just hold all the shoulder buttons and sparks will point to the nearest gem.
These little lizards have eaten my entire crop of gems. I've tried hitting them with rocks, but they're too fast for me. You can try using one of my rocks. If you have any questions, just ask me.
Alright, or, I could explain it. So this game introduces another new mechanic. Projectiles. Get close to something, and Spyro will grab it in his mouth. You can then spit it with the circle button. Or, if you want more precision aiming, press and hold the triangle button. Remember, most projectiles are pretty heavy, so they'll have an arc to it, but there is a fair degree of auto-aim, so if you're close enough, you'll usually hit it. Unlike that. There we go.
Nice shooting. Follow me to the next lizard.
Alright, but first I want that treasure. And don't worry, I'll explain more of, the general platforming mechanics once we actually get a chance to test them out. But yeah, I have been crazy looking forward to playing this. I love the whole Spyro trilogy.
Pretty far, Spyro. See if you can spit all the way to that lizard.
Is that really something you should be proud of? Being able to spit really far? I don't know, that's not something that I would put on my resume. But considering today's job environment, who knows? Maybe that's something that people are looking for. I don't know.
To hit that lizard up high, you'll have to aim. Press and hold the triangle button to aim, then press circle to spit.
I think you can actually just jump and spit in this case. No, he then dives into the hole. Okay, never mind. No, I do not wish to engage in conversation. I wish to projectile spit. There we go. I like this gem cutter's red headlamp. I don't know why he's so special and gets a red one. Thank you. Alright. Just the trajectory. Bullseye. I will say one other change that they made that I really like is how charging works. Not necessarily in its function, but they changed basically the weight point. I mean W-E-I-G-H-T, where it used to be basically based on your back, but now it's on your head, which makes it a lot easier to control, much more precise. Alright, so this guy will move around a bit. Just a bit, though, not very much. And the final lizard is up here. Need a better... Oh. There we go. That should work. Bam!
Yay! You saved my crop of gems from the lizards. Here, take this orb. Some girl with wings dropped it here yesterday.
Alright, cool, thanks. Yo, what up? Hello, SideQuest! We are glad to have you here. I hope you're having a nice Sunday. We're just collecting orbs. Oh, I can talk to you again?
You can have as many rocks as you like.
Thanks? I'm sure they'll be useful. Another 100% playthrough? Yes, that is my intention. I will not be going for skill points, mostly because I don't really care. Plus, the game does a bad job of tracking them, so it's like, you don't... I know you get something technically for doing it, but I don't think skill points actually give you any kind of percentage points, so meh. Good morning and Happy New Year, Defender in chat. Well, hello, Pug. We are glad to have you here. Are you ready for a sequence break? Because, that gem cutter by the ladder had mentioned, well, we're supposed to get the ability to climb later. But... if you're a capital G gamer like I am, and you can tell, they tried to prevent you from doing this by shortening the time that you have. I missed it there, but that's okay. I got very close. I've done that. It is technically a sequence break, but I think it's funny, so I like doing it. Plus, it means I don't have to come back to the stage, which you're going to notice is kind of a thing that Spyro 2 loves to do. Like I mentioned previously, it does introduce backtracking, which... on the one hand, I do kind of like, but I think when we get to a, say, a worse example of it, I'll go into more detail about it. But yeah, you can see the game tries to prevent this by, you know, shortening your time that you can fly here. But, you know, if you're good enough, you can just do that. It's like the game doesn't have any checks to make sure that, you know, you got it here legitimately, so... orb time.
Hey! Great! You've got the Superfly power-up active. Now you can light the gem lamps in this cave.
Blame the gem lamps. I thought skill points were only in the remake. No! Skill points were introduced in Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. They were not in the first Spyro. But the game does a poor job of showing that there are skill points, so I don't blame you for not having noticed it. My 9-year-old brain would have never thought of that. Yeah, I don't know where I first got it either, but maybe it was just I was bored, and I just tried it, and it worked. So, yeah. Thankfully, because we are in fact supposed to use that power-up gate to fly in here, the time will actually be enough. But But if I do run out, I will have to go back and do the tech again, so... There we go. Alright, test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4. Can you all hear me again? Think so, okay. The amount of damn money we pay for this internet connection, that kind of behavior is absolutely inexcusable. I love running my troubleshooter to figure out what's going on, and it tells me, you know, everything on your side is fine, it's on our side. Which, you know, for everything that I've been doing, for how long I've been doing this, 95% of the time, it is the other side's fault, which is absolutely inexcusable. If I didn't do what I was supposed to do 95% of the time, I would have been fired so long ago. It is such garbage. Yeesh. But we are back. I'm just gonna have to cut that out. Get that nice little jingle, make myself feel a little better about this whole thing. Alright, let's go ahead to our hub world, shall we?
Step through the portal next to me to go to Summer Forest.
Alright. Sheesh. Meanwhile, in Summer Forest.
Oh no. Oh, hello. We didn't get a chance to introduce ourselves before. My name is Alora.
Hi, I'm Spyro. What are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Oh, sorry.
Did you meet the gym cutters in Glimmer?
Yeah, they gave me a souvenir too. They called it a talisman.
They gave you a talisman?
What, is it special? I just stuck it in the guidebook you gave me.
There are 14 talismans in Avalar, and they are all magical. If you can collect enough of them, they can be used to defeat Ripto. Hunter, where have you been?
I, got a little lost.
Spyro's going to help us collect the talismans.
I am?
Yes.
Spyro, look. There's no way you can get to Dragon Shores right now. Ripto and his monsters have taken over the castle here in the Summer Forest. You're going to have to go to Avalar's worlds and convince the inhabitants to give you their talisman. You can keep them in your guidebook.
Hey, I could do that. Why doesn't the dragon just torch Ripto?
Hunter, you can't even keep track of your running shoes. How can we trust you with 14 talisman? If you come across any orbs, they're important too, but I'll tell you about them later.
Okay, no problem. I'll collect a few talismans, give Ripto the old hot foot, and be in Dragon Shores by lunchtime.
We'll see about that, Spyro. Ah, glorious autosaving. Well, welcome to Summer Forest. Probably one of the most serene hub worlds in all of gaming. Like, I love the atmosphere here. And I love the song here, too. Even though, technically, it's just really kind of just pure atmosphere, it's so good. What did I hit? Oh, there's just a bump there. Alright, weird. Yeah, there are 3 hub worlds in the game. All based on the seasons, so we start in Summer Forest. Ah! This is a 1-up butterfly. Breaking it will not only give you a 1-up, but if Sparks has taken any damage, will fully replenish his health. There's another one here. Alright. I guess the game just kind of wanted to welcome us in, which is fair enough. Got the sheep, a Spyro classic. Let's just keep going forward, shall we? I want that.
Spyro, this is the homeworld called Summer Forest. There are portals to many of the Avalar worlds around here. Unfortunately, Ripto has taken over the castle, and we need your help. Start by retrieving the talismans from each of the worlds you go to. Check your guidebook by pressing the Start button and choosing the guidebook option to see which talismans you have collected.
So yeah, the guidebook is just kind of your tally, basically. Oh, we're already 1% done with Summer Forest. How about that? You can also jump right... excuse me. You can also jump right to the guidebook by just... Oh, no, that's in Spyro 3, where Select lets you bring up the Atlas. Never mind. Let's see, we're going to drop down here, because there's some treasure first. But yeah, whereas the hub worlds in Spyro 1 were actually, like, stages, you know, with enemies and things that could reasonably kill you, here in Spyro 2 they are much more peaceful, which I'm kind of on and off about. Oh, hello, Hunter.
Hiya, Spyro. Ripto smashed this bridge, so I guess you'll have to glide across it. Press X to jump, then press X again while you're still in the air to glide.
Alright. Yeah, gliding works just like it did in the first. Jump, then hit X again.
Sparks, the Dragonfly following you around is your health indicator, Spyro. The brighter he is, the more hit points you have.
Yep, so health works just like it did in the original. Spark starts at yellow. If he takes damage, he'll turn blue, then green, then he'll disappear, and then you die. So try not to do that. Let's see, we got good old money bags over here.
Sorry, Spyro. I'd love to teach you how to swim underwater, but not as much as I'd love to take your treasure.
Yeah, so money bags in the hub worlds will teach you new abilities, which kind of goes back into the backtracking I had mentioned previously. But we need 500 gems, which I actually think you cannot get just from Glimmer and the hub world. I will try my darndest. You see the vases, you gotta charge them. Alright, so this will be a little obstacle course where Hunter will teach us a bit more of the basics of moving around.
Hi, Spyro. You look like you're pretty agile. Let's try putting it to a test. See if you can get up this first step. Press X and hold it down to get more hang time.
Oh yeah, and this is also another point. I know that originally the X button was supposed to be called cross. Like, that's what it's supposed to be. It's not an X on the controller, it's a cross. But, you know, 25 plus years of having most people call it the X button means I'm just going to keep calling it the X button. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's wrong. It's right to me.
Okay, not bad. Now, to make this next jump, you'll have to glide. Press X to jump, then press X again at the top of your jump to get the maximum glide distance. Nice job! Now try to do a hover. Press X to jump, then press X again to glide. Then when you reach the end of your glide, press triangle to hover. Hovering will give you extra height and distance.
Okay, so this is one of the new things that Spyro 2 improves from Spyro 1. Normally in Spyro 1, when you press triangle while gliding, you would just fall, which is good for making sure you don't overshoot a jump, but hovering does essentially the same thing, but it gives you more height and distance. Very handy.
Very good. Now for the hardest leap of all. You'll have to give this one everything you've got. Get a walking start, jump, glide, and hover just before you get to the edge of the platform. Don't forget to press forward on the D-pad or analog stick when you hover. Wow, you're a pretty good athlete. If I hadn't lost my running shoes, I'd take you on for real. For now, here's an orb for your collection.
Alright, got an orb. And it begins the fine tradition of the people who are supposed to be helping you withholding prizes that you actually need to finish the game before making you do Byzantine tasks.
I'm just taking a break right now. I've got to rest for the next big race in Ocean Speedway.
Huh, alright. Yeah, we're at 451 gems, which, if my math is correct, is not more than 500, so we cannot learn how to swim. but you do have access to 2 stages here. Idle Springs and Colossus, which is over there. If you're looking to do things in an optimal way, you'll want to go to Colossus first, since Idle Springs will require you to swim in order to collect everything, so might as well go to the stage that doesn't require you to swim to collect everything first. Get the gems to just kind of fall into the tally. It's very satisfying. We're entering Colossus. Well, I don't think that worked very well. Alright, so what's the situation here?
A Yeti has been rampaging around our home, but we've managed to trap him by shutting all the doors. If you talk to the other brothers, they will open the gates and guide you to him.
Yeah, I often end up avoiding the swimming levels in games for as long as possible. That's a good idea, Pug, but I actually think Spyro 2 might be one of the games that changes your mind. Excuse me? Bonk. We got little penguins with gigantic eyebrows as our fodder.
By concentrating, I should be able to open this door for you.
Well, thank you.
The door's open. Leave me alone. I'm trying to meditate.
Alright, try not to fall asleep, okay? Because that's what happens whenever I try to meditate. I just end up like, huh, my eyes are closed. Nap time. Also, we got these big bouncing buffalo that bowl towards you. But yeah, Spyro 2 definitely varies up the stage themes a lot more than Spyro 1 did, since, you know, when you entered a world in Spyro 1, each of the stages kind of conformed to the hub world's style. Like, in the second world, Peacekeepers, it was all, like, desert and canyon, so most of the stages were desert or canyon, except for that one kind of ice canyon stage.
Who needs a key when you know how to chant like this?
Me. I need a key, because I can't chant.
How am I supposed to achieve enlightenment if you keep pestering me?
Alright, sheesh. Some people, I tell you.
Enemies like those yaks are too big to be charged. Your flame attack should easily take care of large enemies.
Oh, they're a yak. Okay, not a buffalo. Forgive me. It's just with the high processing power of the Sony Playstation and all those chunky polygons, it was hard to tell. Cut me some slack, okay? It was the 90s. Excuse me, I just want the basket. Thank you.
Each time you defeat an enemy, it will release a spirit particle. The spirit particles will activate the power-up in that world. If a power-up is inactive, you need to defeat more enemies.
Also, I think that line was recorded by a different voice actor. It's just, I don't know, it definitely doesn't sound like how Zoe sounds in the rest of the game. I don't know, I just like noticing the little idiosyncronicities. I don't think that's the right word, but I'm sticking with it anyway. In video games. I don't know, it's just because video games are really complicated to make, you know? I don't know, I just think it's funny. That kind of stuff, I know it bothers a lot of people, and technically it is a mistake in the game, but I don't know, it just doesn't bother me. It just doesn't, on any kind of material level, affect my enjoyment.
Hey, look what I can do.
Idiosyncrasies, that's how you pronounce it. Okay. I know idiosyncratic is a word, but idiosyncrasies, okay. Getting a free English lesson today. How about that?
Remember Hunter's advice. You will glide farthest if you press the X button at the very top of your jump.
Excuse me. Almost got enough spirit particles. That's also another thing. Because enemies respawn in stages, if you have to backtrack to a stage, technically you have to defeat the enemies again in order to use the power-up gates.
Even though I'm a vegetarian, I think you should kill that Yeti. He's pretty tough, though. In fact, I'm not so sure you're up to it.
Also, Brother Ned. It's not exactly a... I don't know, it's just... When I think of monks in meditation, Ned is not a name that I think of.
Even though I'm...
Yeah, that's the same text. Alright. Well, that was hard.
I thought the Yeti was tougher than that. I guess he was all bark. Anyway, I was just guarding our sacred talisman to make sure the Yeti didn't eat it.
I'll take that off your hands, I guess. We got the Colossus Talisman. Alright, so technically we could leave. But where's the fun in that? We got more stuff to do. Camera? Ooh. Camera tried to conspire against me. Everyone's favorite mechanic, ice physics. But actually the ice behaves very strangely. Spyro will automatically skate forward, like I'm holding nothing on the analog stick or D-pad right now, I'm just moving forward. Plus, you cannot jump or charge while on the ice. You just kind of have to steer yourself into place. What's all this then for?
Ah, Spyro, welcome! We have found that hockey is a peaceful and calming sport. Would you like to join in a match against our goalkeeper?
Peaceful and calming are not the adjectives I would use to describe hockey, but sure, whatever, I'll partake in... violence. No, it's way too cold. It is too cold today, but let's go.
You have 2 minutes to score 5 goals in the red goal.
Okie dokie. So here's our goalie. We just gotta score 5 points in 2 minutes. And of course, we gotta do what every fine hockey player does. It's the most secretistness of techniques. Swallow the puck in your mouth and then spit it out. Who needs a stick when you have your mouth? So yeah, that's gonna be your basic strategy. Just kind of slowly cruise towards the goalie in one direction, then just quickly aim and spit in the other. So, oh yeah, I'm definitely going over this way. Oh yeah, psych. Keeps hitting it that way. It's very inconsiderate. Also, where is this crowd? Is this like a phantom crowd? Is this spirit cheering? Are the monks generating this audience just with their sheer willpower? That'd be kind of cool. Yoink. And you keep falling for this. It's almost as if you're programmed to do this. Oh. Alright, that's 5 goals. Give me my prize.
Well done! Have this!
I like the way the orb bounces into your inventory. It's so pleasing.
Would you like to try a game of one-on-one?
Sure.
The first to score 5 goals wins. You are shooting at the red goal. Off you go.
Okay, just like before, but now we have an opponent. Well, I'm glad at least I have the crowd on my side. Now, thankfully, there is no such thing as a penalty box in this game. So, feel free to flame your opponent as much as you want. Just knock them over. No, get out of here with that. Ah! Thankfully, both goalies are pretty good at catching errant pucks. take that. And... oh, you had invincibility frames. No one told me you could have iframes. How dare you? Excuse me, that's mine. By rightful property of I said so. Drop it. Oh, thank you, goalie. Saved my bacon. Excuse me, I skated right over that. Who's got it? Ah, nuts. Well, I'm not going to get the skill point, because if you manage to defeat the red opponent without them scoring a single point, you get a skill point. I guess technically I could lose and reset, but meh. Unfortunately, there is no time limit, so it's just whoever gets 5 points first. You would think that I would win by forfeit after giving this guy the worst third-degree burn ever, but meh. Darn you! As you can see, the red foe is using the exact same strategy that I was. It's just my issue is that I have worse control. Oh, really? Okay. What, are you serious? I went through it again. Oh, I thought I wasn't going to get it. Oh well. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I do not remember this minigame taking this long. And then again, excuse me, I would like to... Ah. Really? I do not remember the hit detection on this being this bad. There we go. That's what we're trying to do. We've got it all evened up again. Get out of here. Darn it! Give that to me! Oh, thankfully it managed to slip out of his mitts. Ugh. Oh. I've never done that before, but I guess that works. Okay, one more point and we win. Victory!
Well done! Have this. If you stare at it long enough, you might not see anything.
Huh. I'll take your word for it.
You can keep practicing if you want, but you have to be off the ice by 6.
So yeah, now you can just kind of play if you want, but where's the fun in that? I only do things in platforming games for the reward. And also, most of the time, the challenges are actually fun. Not always, but most of the time. Alright, so now we can actually, we should... How many do we have? 11. That should be enough for the... Yeah. This power-up. The spring power-up, which gives you a big jump. As springs are wont to do. What's everyone's experience with Spyro 2? I hope I've made it kind of clear that I've been playing Spyro 2 pretty much since it came out back in 1999, so I'd like to think I know a thing or two about this game. Excuse me, get out of here. Let's see, I forget. Is there something along the wall? I think there is. Well, I'm on the wall anyway now. Oh, you can see all the texture warping on the sides. I just love that. It's so strange seeing how games are made today and seeing just all the clear struggles people had in just making games 3D. It's really charming, I think, because, well, you know, the 90s were the Wild West of 3D games. It was, honestly, I think 3D, or at least the jump to it, was probably the last big paradigm shift we're likely to see in video games. It's strange to have been growing up basically since those times that, again, I didn't start in 2D. I started in 3D, so this is what I learned first, so it's kind of my bread and butter. Also, hello, Professor.
Oh, thank goodness you scared that evil spirit away. But now it will hide in the statues. If you were to flame all 10 statues, I'm sure you would chase it away for good.
Alright, sure, I can do that. Find 10 green statues. Okay. Also, by the way, in case of the Professor and Spyro sound familiar to you, that's because this is the first game where Spyro is voiced by Tom Kenny. You probably know him best as the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants, but he's done a ton of other stuff. But yeah, he's been voicing Spyro since this game. There should be a statue over here. Not your first dragon rodeo, as they say. Well, I'm sure it's somebody's. Yes. Yeah, you have to respect the tricks devs made to make 3D work back then. Yep. It's very fascinating. Oh, this is a rocket. Rockets are used to destroy the strong chests, like that one you see over there. You just need to flame it. Watch it spiral through the sky. Let's see, where's this? Was there a statue back here? I don't think so, but I'm gonna run back and check. That's a negatory. But yeah, if you take too long to flame the statues, they will become repossessed. So we wanna avoid that happening if possible. The last one should be in here.
Well done, Spyro! You've scared the evil spirit away! Why don't you take this? I borrowed it from the temple. They don't need it.
Isn't that just technically stealing, then? Oh well. I mean, 3D platformers are known for, you know, their kleptomaniac tendencies, so, I'm not surprised. Is this where my obsession with collecting stuff happened? Probably. I always have to be quiet for that little chime that you get, which they didn't include in the reignited version of this game, and it is an affront to humanity. You can't ignore stuff like that. That's important. It's important because, well, the old guard like me, you know, we noticed those little pointless details, and for the new players, who doesn't want to receive a nice little chime for a reward well done? Unbelievable. Oh, he's dead. Little rewards like that are important. Yes, I agree entirely. Alright, we now have enough gems to learn how to swim, which is good. Let's go learn how to swim. I mean, I guess technically we already do know how to swim, because, you know, we can do this, which is already improvement over Spyro 1, because you could not swim at all. But, I guess more importantly, or more correctly, we'll just learn how to dive underwater.
Hello there, Spyro. Would you like to learn to swim underwater? I suppose I could teach you for, a small fee?
Fine, fine. Here, take it.
Great. Okay, When you jump in the water, you can use the D-pad to move around the surface. Use square to dive underwater. When you are underwater, use X to paddle and square to charge.
Yeah, that's it. That's how you swim underwater.
Remember, to dive underwater, press square. When you are underwater, press X to paddle or square to charge.
Alright, so, just as Moneybags was telling us, press square to dive underwater. The X button lets you move forward. You cannot breathe fire underwater, because science. But you can charge. And charging underwater is honestly what makes the swimming in Spyro probably one of the best swimming mechanics in games, because not only do you swim quickly underwater, which I think is probably like the biggest problem of underwater stages, in that you move so slowly, but you can also attack. Being underwater is different. It is not worse. That, I think, is critical in making a swimming section and swimming controls that don't make people want to snap their necks. Underwater should be different. It shouldn't be worse. But with the ability to swim underwater, we can go over to this section, which we could not do originally. Also, you have no oxygen gauge, so you can stay underwater as long as you need to. That's another huge thing. We just pop up right up here. And we get a little more treasure. We also find a secret orb. Yes, even the hub worlds have orbs to collect. No, we're not going to go that way yet. Instead, we're going to take on the second stage here. Idle Springs. Well, I respect the attempt. What's going on here?
The idols we were carving have come to life. They've locked us out of our temples and stolen our food.
That sounds like a problem. Let me help you with that.
The workers can break the locks if they can get to the doors.
Alright, so we gotta defeat the enemies to help the workers. And as you can see, they're totems with food, like marshmallows and stuff. I just think that's really funny. But yeah, this is why we wanted to not come to this stage first, before we learn how to swim underwater, because I think, let's see, no, it's just one orb and some treasure that we can't get, but still, you know. If I can get backtracking out of the way just by proper routing, I'll do it. And that kind of, again, ties into my thoughts on backtracking in Spyro 2 specifically, because, as I said previously, Spyro 1 really had no backtracking in it. Every single stage you could complete on your first try if you got everything in one clean sweep. And that's good. That's a good thing. I'm of the opinion that I like backtracking in concept, but it is absolutely something that can be done very poorly. And, spoiler alert, I think Spyro 2 doesn't handle its backtracking the best.
I've been locked in here with all our tools, and the giant idol heads won't let the workers in unless we can solve the 3 puzzles they've given us. The first puzzle is to turn all these blocks yellow. If you have trouble, come back and talk to me.
Alright, solve the 3 puzzles. Okay. So first we gotta turn all of these yellow. So, I think the solution is just this? That turns them all gray, which is what we want. And we can do... leave. No, that is not correct. As you can see, when you jump on it, each color only the alternate ones change. So we want close.
Jump on the blocks.
Yes, I know. I would like to reset.
Let's start over.
Alright, so I think it should just be... No, it should just be jump on the corners. Yeah, that's right.
Wow, Spyro, you did it! I mean, I knew you could do it. Now, meet me at the pond for the next challenge.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, bud. Alright, so... now we can just head back to where we began. The next challenge is over here. And through the properties of instant teleportation, Bud is here.
This idol says he's hungry and won't be satisfied until he's swallowed 10 fish. He's got a sensitive stomach, so watch what kind of fish you feed him.
The idol is very picky. Alright, so you just want to flame the yellow and blue fish, not the red fish. Yeah, this is a simple reaction test. Whoops. Extreme concentration. This kind of reminds me of the sequence in Angry Aztec in Donkey Kong 64 where you have to feed the idol as Diddy Kong. I just noticed that. Come on. No. 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 Are there even any colors? Come on. There we go.
Okay, Spyro, just one more puzzle to go. I'll meet you over by the colored stones for your final challenge.
Alright. Well, we'll just have to go through the rest of the stage first to get there. That's fine with me. So yeah, this was what I was mentioning before. Enemies with shields, you'll have to charge. Unfortunately, there is no secret behind this waterfall. I know, I'm just as disappointed as you are.
Those metal shields are making enemies invulnerable to your flame attack. If you press and hold the square button, you can defeat them with your charge attack.
See, that's kind of the thing that I don't really understand, is that there were enemies with shields before this hint. So it's like, either the player already knows what to do, or they just walked past them? I don't know, it just seems out of order in a way. I understand you're just trying to help out the new players, and I appreciate that, but it's also, you need to give them the advice before they need it. I don't know, it's just, here I am critiquing things about a almost 25-year-old game at this point, but I don't know, I feel like it's important to me personally that I start looking at the games that I've played before much more critically. Because, well, I've been playing these games for so long, it's kind of hard to do that, since, you know, I have huge nostalgia for these games. I still love them, but my opinion on all the old games that I've played have changed over the years. Even the most nostalgic game that I have, Donkey Kong 64, I will freely admit, that game, compared to some of Rare's other games at the time, is just not as good. It hurts me, but I think that's the truth. Or at least, that's what I believe.
To aim the camera left or right, press the L2 or R2 button.
Oh yeah, and this was the time before the right analog stick really did anything, or even controllers were expected to come with analog sticks. But yeah, I feel I owe it to myself to look at the games that I've played before in a more, critical environment. That's honestly kind of one of the reasons I started doing this in the first place. I wanted to go back to these old games and see if they were still just as good as I remember. And for the most part, that is true, but there are definitely things I will say wholeheartedly that are not as good as I remember. And that's okay, but I think it's important to acknowledge that, we change as people. It's good that we look at the things that we used to enjoy and say, they're not as good, because then you find those rare things that are just as good. And those are the special ones.
Spyro, you're pretty tough. If you ever want a permanent job, we've got a place for you here. For the moment, I want you to have this talisman.
Alright, thank you. Yeah, was the DualShock even the standard yet when this came out? I don't think so. I know the DualShock had come out and had been out for a while, because I don't remember, was Ape Escape late 1998 or early 1999? Don't remember. But I know the DualShock definitely existed by the time Spyro 2 came out, but it was not standardized.
If you jump on these stones in the correct order, you will solve the puzzle. I only know what the first one is. It's up to you to figure the rest out.
Alright, so this is kind of, basically patterns. So what we want to do is we want to figure out which block has something that matches the next one. So I think this one should be correct. No.
If you jump on these stones...
Let's see, it should be... Let's see, it's got 5... No, it should be this? Okay. Then, it should be... This one? No.
If you jump on these stones in the correct... If you jump on these stones...
I do remember I kind of brute forced this, so it's like I'm trying to actually think, okay, what logic is the game trying to get me to go towards? This has a star, so I'm going to jump on this. That one was not correct. This one was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it should be this one? Okay, so now it's a diamond with 4 sides. It should be this one? No.
If you jump...
So let's see, does it want me to go by color? Okay. Let's see.
If you jump on the...
What's the logic in this? So why is this one incorrect? Because it has a moon? That's probably what it is. Okay, hold on. So let's see. Star. That one has the shape. That one has the color. That one has the shape. Okay, so I think it's... This one is the star, so this one you start with. Go to this one because the star matches the star. You then go to this one because the hexagon, or the shape, matches the shape. You go to this one because it matches the color. You then go to this one because the top shape matches the top shape. And then you go to this one because the surrounding shape matches the surrounding shape. That's an interesting puzzle.
Nice job, Spyro. You're pretty smart for a dragon. All I have to give you is this shiny thing I found in our toolbox.
Alright, thank you for the casual racism, I guess. Jerk. Hey, some aspects of games just don't age well, and that's okay, because games were always a product of their time. Yes. And it's those games that you find that, despite the time, don't seem to have aged at all, that remain the classics. Anyway, now we gotta jump our way back. I don't even know what the fodder is supposed to be. Is it like supposed to be an armadillo or something? Whatever it is, we just turn it into roadkill. Does it technically qualify as roadkill if you physically run over something and you squash it? Is that just trampling, or can it technically be classified under roadkill as like a square rectangle situation? These are the important questions that never needed to be asked and probably don't need to be answered anyway, but that's what you get here, so you're welcome? Anyway, on that very strange note, we're gonna go over here. Jump high enough, that's fine. Our last orb challenge is down there, but we're gonna do this first. And by this, I mean actually acquire our first skill point. Which, if we jump from here, should be able to get on top of this idol. Ta-da! And getting a skill point also earns you an extra life, which is very handy. Always have to scoop up all the shiny collectibles around the area first before you complete the objective you're actually expected to do.
It's fabulous to see you, Spyro. Now that the supercharged power-up is active, you can charge through the pedestals and send the dancing hula girls over here to help me.
Okay. Use the supercharged power-up and charge through the stone pedestals, okay? But yeah, this fan is the supercharge. Make sure you keep holding down the square button while you go through the portal, and after you get the charge, to keep it. Easy.
Look at that. The hula girl's rain dance blew up that idol like a Roman candle. Now I can pursue that dancing career I've dreamed of. Take this orb. It could help you go places.
Well, thank you. Funnily enough, I was talking to Mrs. Pug and my friend Raven last night about how GoldenEye 007 was such a groundbreaking game back in '97. It's really hard to play now because that control scheme has not aged well. Yep. But that's just what developers had to do with, one analog stick. Could you imagine if we lived in the worst timeline where Rare made games for the Sony Playstation and they tried to make GoldenEye on a D-pad? Like, what eldritch abomination would they have come up with? Ugh. It's enough to make you not able to sleep at night. But yeah, no, that's just how things go, Technology advances, and what was cutting edge becomes, laughably ancient in record pace. Oh, come on, there we go. We got a rocket here. I'm gonna see if I can't reach it first. Hello. Ta-da! Alright, let's get out of here. And we can just exit the level. We don't have to go through the exit portal. Which is really nice of them. Well, I'm glad to see that food is one of the great unifiers of existence. That's always reassuring. Alright, headed back to Summer Forest. Alright, let's actually head into the castle now. like the hub worlds in this game, but I do think they're a little bland. The music sets an absolutely peaceful atmosphere, which I do like, but also, isn't this world supposed to be, like, ravaged by Ripto? So it's like, there's a, if you'll allow me the $10 words, ludonarrative dissonance that isn't quite there. It's just, you know, it's like, this world is so peaceful, but isn't it supposed to be, like, destroyed or something?
You're well on your way, Spyro. Keep collecting talismans to help us defeat Ripto before he can take over Avalar.
You got it.
Oh, and keep collecting those orbs, too. The professor thinks they will help you get back to the Dragon World.
Okay. That little dialogue point is important because, well, Zoe mentions, you know, orbs are important, but I think it's something that the game doesn't reinforce very well. Again, I keep saying you have to wait because, well, there's not really... I wanted to show the game's example of what we're talking about.
I saw something shiny at the top of this wall. You could probably get it, but you'll have to learn how to climb first.
Okay. So yeah, another backtracking that we have to do once we learn how to climb. So yeah, these buttons will open alternate gates, but close the other one. So there'll be some fun puzzles with that. I guess a singular puzzle, but it's better. It's more than nothing.
Nice work, Spyro. The orbs you're carrying have activated this special portal. You won't find a talisman in the Ocean Speedway, but if you're fast, you'll get lots of treasure. Have fun.
I do like treasure. So yeah, the Speedways are the new names for the flight stages. I think you need 4 orbs for this.
This is one of Hunter's favorite speedways.
Alright, let's head on in, shall we? Entering Ocean Speedway. So yeah, the Speedways are... they're just like the flight stages from before. Before? Complete the objectives within the time limit to earn gems. Each individual thing you complete will give you a little extra time on the clock. You have unlimited flight, so, you know, use it. You also don't have to complete objectives in the order given to you, and you can change between them freely. Alright, now to get rid of the motorboats. Generally, if you see things that are traveling in a pattern, you want to go against the pattern. It'll just make it much faster. Also, don't hit the water or you will immediately fail. As I almost did. Where are the things? There's one. Okay. Should be okay. One major difference about the Speedways from Spyro 1 is that you are also given the Supercharge! Oh. Nuts. Yeah, you get 80 gems for completing each objective, and another 80 gems for getting everything. So there's 400 gems up for grabs. Alright, so I'll have to try that again. There is also a skill point available for completing each speedway within a record time. Unfortunately, the game does not tell you what that record time is, so it's like, meh. And again, I'm not going for all the skill points here. Yeah, that's not what I want. I should stick to using the D-pad. No, it's just my natural instinct is to use the left analog stick because that's how games are standardized these days. But this was back in the ancient days, before analog sticks were mandated, unless you were Nintendo on the Nintendo 64, in which case you were. Oh, that was much smoother. Now let's get to the racing part. Victory! New record! Now we're gonna retry, not for the record, but because each Speedway has, if you can find it, a secret orb challenge. Just go into the stands.
I guess now you think you're pretty good. Well, let's see if you're as good as the current champion.
Alright. Yes.
Alright, Spyro. Meet the course champion. In order to win the race, you must fly through all the rings. Beware if Hunter flies through a ring first. The ring will start to shrink.
Follow Hunter through the rings. Oh, and you will need to complete the regular Speedway portion before you can take on the Orb Challenge. Yeah, we're just following Hunter. Go through the rings, he turns green. Hunter is pretty tricky, though, and will change his path seemingly at random, kind of like that. So you want to stick close so that the ring doesn't shrink, but not so close that you can't anticipate where he's going to go to. Well, that works. Thankfully, the ring hitbox is relatively generous, so I think as long as you go through the ring at all, you'll be fine. Make sure you don't dive into the water here. Okay.
Great job, Spyro. That was some excellent flying.
Secret challenge, orb awarded. Alright, we got everything we need. Let's get out of here. Nice, made it look easy. That's, 20 plus years of playing this game finally paying off. I would like to think that, most things will not give me very much trouble. At least I hope not. And before the comedy hits in. Okay. This is the one puzzle with the doors. If I hit the button here, you can see there's a door that closes back over there. But it's like, huh, how did we get to that? Well, this is why windows were invented. To be jumped out of. And we get an orb. See, there's Moneybags again, but we're not going to talk to him just yet. Let's see, this is where the boss is, but we need all of the world's talismans first. Open the door. Alright, and this will let us back in here. Now we can take on these stages. Let's go with this one first. Hurticos. I love this stage. It has great music, and I love the setting of it.
We've always had trouble with the gear grinders, but now they've set up force fields to separate us. If you can find diodes, you can use them to turn off the force fields.
Alright.
I think there's a diode around here somewhere, but my eyesight isn't what it used to be.
Yeah, I can tell by how thick those lenses are. You could burn ants with those things.
It's a little-known fact that metal objects are impervious to fire. I suppose a tough guy like you could just charge them with your head, though.
So yeah, we'll have to collect the diodes scattered about in order to open the gates. Huh. An orange guy with a wrench with a small metal guy. It's probably a really good game idea in that. Ow. Destroy these windmills, because if we manage to destroy all of them in the stage, we'll get a skill point. I know I said that I wasn't going to be going for all of them, but if they're easy enough, I'll go for them. I love the rain, I love the music, I love the colors. This stage is one of my favorites. Is it my favorite? I don't know. Maybe I'll know by the end of this playthrough. Unless we got a nice rainbow. Also, is there a sun? I thought rainbows could only really happen if there was sun. Oh well. Here I go questioning the science of a children's platforming game about a cute purple dragon. Hey, as long as they're fun to go for, why not? Yep. The big orange guys swing their wrench pretty quickly, so I found more success if you jump and flame at them rather than just walking at them and flaming them. See, we need 18 spirit particles. I believe this is not the first stage to introduce Bottomless Pits. It is, however, I think the first one where falling off is a real possibility. Get ourselves a little side pocket over here. Get out of here.
Oh, these gear grinder thieves keep taking our lightning stones. If you can replace them all and activate our generator, I'd be very grateful.
Alright, sure. No, the world does need the ability to evolve Pikachus into Raichus, so I'll be happy to help you out. So yeah, just grab a Thunderstone and spit it into the diodes. Or not diodes, like the little receptacles. Unfortunately, the gear grinders will eventually show up to steal them, so essentially our goal is to draw them out and then defeat them so that we can put all the stones in place safely. Alright. Oh, hello. In all your polygonal glory. Ugh. Alright. Thankfully, none of the gear grinder thieves can actually take stones out of the arena. So, you don't have to worry about failing this challenge. It's just, you gotta just do this a few times to draw them all out and torch them. I wonder if Spyro were to actually eat one of these, if he could gain any kind of superpowers. If he could gain electric breath. Which, funnily enough, different breath types would be a concept that later Spyro games would use. Such as in games we don't like to talk about. Like Enter the Dragonfly. Oh no. Oh no. No. No, we're not talking about that game. Oh dearie me. You remember when I played through Wrath of Cortex last year, and I was, talking about how it's like Crash 3, but worse. Spyro Enter the Dragonfly is like Spyro 3, but worse, but they were trying to make it as worse as possible. That's what that is. It is a thoroughly miserable experience. I do not recommend it. And no, this is not an indication that I'm going to be playing it in the future, because unlike Wrath of Cortex, I don't think there's anything good to salvage from it. Like, I am willing to go back and play Wrath of Cortex. I am not willing to go back and play Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. I won't do it. No. I refuse. I respect myself and Spyro too much to do that. Alright, there's the last two. No! Oh, drat. Alright. At least it's only one left. That one still needs to be filled. Okay. We're free from the gear grinders. I guess that was good enough, okay. Works for me. This area is powered up, so we just gotta drop this last one off, and we should be home free. Yes!
Thank you, Spyro. I found this shiny thing mixed up with our lightning stones. Please, take it as a reward.
Thank you. Man, I don't think I've heard you speak that negatively about a game before. It must truly be awful. No, it's... Spyro Enter the Dragonfly sucks. Like, I will just say that straight up. That game blows. It's atrocious. Let me put it this way. In the opening hub world area, if you perform a head bash on just the right part of the entrance to the final boss's area, you'll clip through it, go to the final boss, you only have to hit him twice, and you finish the game. Money well spent. Although, to be fair, most of that game's awfulness can be attributed to the fact that the developers were not given the time they needed to actually make a good game. So, you know, it was the publisher's fault, because that's how Universal just did things back then. And I'm pretty sure that's why they don't make games anymore. Excuse me, I want to... Thank you. Yeah, that Spyro Enter the Dragonfly was made after Insomniac Games had moved on from the series, since their contract with Universal Interactive Studios was only for 3 games after their first one, which is a little-known game called Disruptor, which is essentially just a Doom clone released for the Sony Playstation in 1996. It was a good game, but it just didn't sell very well, so, you know, that's just how it goes. But yeah, Spyro would kind of end up following the same path as Crash Bandicoot would, funnily enough, since Naughty Dog's original contract with Universal Studios was just for 3 games, but then they made Crash Team Racing, since that game was just so close to completion that it was just like, let's just finish it off. But then Universal still held the rights to Crash and Spyro after their original developers parted ways, and you better believe that a publisher in the early 2000s was not going to let that go to waste. And thus, the awkward period of early 2000s Crash and Spyro happened. There were some fine games, but I think most people would be in agreement that none of those games were as good as the originals. Yeah, we'll need the supercharge to knock down these reinforced windmills, which I didn't even know that would be a thing, reinforced windmills, but hey, what do I know? Alright, so we need a sharp turn here, like that.
Spyro, do you see that big building over there? The gear grinders are using it to steal our electricity. Please help us by shutting down the machinery inside.
Glide over to the factory. Okie dokie.
In order to get to the building over there, you can first jump on the windmill, then jump to the near side of the building.
Yeah, that was a rough time for those franchises, but really glad we got the stellar Crash 4. Yes, we did! But then Activision moved all of their studios to working on Call of Duty. I'm still bitter about that, by the way. Let's see, I actually... Is that where we're supposed to end up? No, it's just... No, that's where we're supposed to end up. Okay. Okay. Get over here.
Spyro, you've done well so far. You can have this little trinket for good luck. If you have any questions about shutting down the factory, just ask me.
So yeah, we get an orb just for getting to the halfway point, which is nice.
The next glides get tricky. You'll have to use your hover maneuver to make them. Press the triangle button during a glide to hover and get extra height. Remember to press triangle when you are very close to the windmill, or you won't make it.
You got it. But yeah, there should be... Yes, a whirlwind will appear once you pick up this orb. So this does count as your halfway point. And you will need to have pressed the buttons all around the area to get the windmill to slow down enough so that you can actually jump on the blades. I guess technically you could try without doing it, but that just sounds really difficult. And you have plenty of reason to be. That entire company this year just can't help but being awful. Yep. It seems like Activision's business plan is, let's just make the worst decision in all choices. The worst choice in all decisions. Oh, there are gems down there. Oh, I forgot about those. There's the skill point. And here's the place where we can possibly plummet to our doom. Alright.
Spyro, help! The switch to turn off the gear grinder factory is in that room, but, it's awfully noisy in there.
Also, what, the Electro's voice not only is SpongeBob's voice actor, but his voice sounds pretty much identical to SpongeBob? Yes. Tom Kenny doesn't just voice Spyro, but he also voices some of the supporting characters.
Thanks for shutting down the factory. Here, I found this stuck between the gears. You can have it if you want.
Sure. Alright. So let's see. I think the platforms should be fixed now, which is good. I'll just take those. There is a diode around here. I just ran past it. Aha! Okay. That's all the gems.
Thank you, Spyro. You've deactivated all of the electric barriers. We've been guarding this talisman from the gear grinders. Please, take it as a reward.
Ah, it's a big old gear. Makes sense.
You're always welcome to return to Hurricos, Spyro.
Well, thank you. But I gotta go. Give me the money. Alright, aside from my internet sabotaging me, this has been going pretty well so far. Let's immediately jump into the opposite environment, Sunny Beach. Hello, Gilgamesh. We are glad to have you here. Hope you're having a nice Sunday and a good New Year so far. I am, thanks. How about you? It's going pretty well. I did have some internet issues earlier when my connection just died, and my troubleshooter told me that the issue was on the other side, so it wasn't my problem. But we fixed it, and it's going well so far.
Hi, Spyro. It's a good thing you're here. If you can help shepherd those baby turtles over there to safety, I'll be mighty grateful.
All right.
The baby turtles will lead the way, but there are some obstacles in the way that they can't pass. If you can clear the obstacles away, the turtles will be able to make it to safety.
Alright, so this stage will require us to push buttons. You'll need to hit the turtles in order to get them to move onto the buttons. You can do so by charging or flaming them. They'll automatically get on it once they're close enough, and thankfully they will stay put, so you don't have to worry about that. Also, our fodder in this stage is adorable little starfish. It almost makes me feel bad for hitting them. Almost. Also, you can jump on top of a turtle's back for more height. Ah, fun. That happened to me on Thursday, like literally as soon as I started. Interesting, it happened to me like 30 minutes in, so, oh, hello. Also, I love these suit guys. They're so dopey. It's just like, hello, and their heads pop out kind of like turtles. Huh, how about that? Yeah, I've just been enjoying myself playing through Spyro 2 again. It's been a lot of fun. But I've also been trying to approach it more critically this time. Oh, hello. No, these guys. So these guys with their inner tubes can actually take a hit, so you'll have to hit them twice. Oh, the back guy shocked the guy in the front. That's funny. I didn't even know that could happen. I love that kind of stuff. Bam! Like, hold on. Look at this little guy. Look at the big old grin on his face. And you want me to hit him to get my health back? You monsters! How dare you make me feel bad? I mean, I'll still do it anyway, but I'll have trouble sleeping at night. Let's see, we got a ladder, so we will have to backtrack in this stage. Thankfully, the baby turtles, enemies won't attack them, and they're actually indestructible, so you don't actually have to worry about protecting them, but you do have to get them to the end. So it's like an escort mission that doesn't suck. Just keep collecting all of the goodies. Let's see. Oh, we'll need that. We'll do something with that later. Not right now, though. Alrighty then. I've never seen that before. I just kind of wave dashed. Sorry, I'm so sorry, little one. Alright. Excuse me. Ow. I think one of the things I really like about the Spyro series is the sense of speed you can get, because, you know, you're charging most of the time to get around, and it's a nice, steady pace that still allows you to control yourself fairly well, but it means you're not walking around everywhere. Like, it's how in Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie that everyone very quickly understands to just use the Talon Trot and not have Banjo walk.
There's a chef at the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our baby turtles. If you know how to climb, you could get up there and stop him.
What's his name, Shredder? Is he gonna dine on turtle soup tonight? Keep going. You're almost there, big guy. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you, young dragon. The baby turtles will be safe up here. Please take this talisman as a token of our gratitude.
Oh, it's like some kind of turtle medallion. That's neat. Alright, so unfortunately, we need the ladder to not only collect some gems, but also get 2 whole orbs in this stage. There is 1 orb we can get now, though, so might as well. This will actually introduce us to one of the new power-up gates we can unlock.
The water workers have boxed up most of our baby turtles. The boxes are incredibly strong. With a more powerful flame breath, maybe you could break them open and release the turtles.
Use the Super Flame power-up. So as its name would suggest, the Super Flame ratchets up your flame breath. Not only is it stronger, but you shoot it out as a fireball, letting you hit enemies at a distance. You can also aim in first person for more precise projectile spitting. Thankfully, you just have to crack open the boxes, and you're not on an overall timer, so it's not like you have to destroy all the boxes in one go, which is good. But one of the other benefits of Super Flame, that if I can get in position, you can breathe fire underwater, and it'll become this kind of spiraling water mine? I don't really understand it, but Super Flame lets you breathe underwater. Well, it lets you breathe fire underwater, rather. Spyro apparently can already breathe underwater. Your Super Flame also destroys the strong chests. Fortunately, I'm going to run out. The last box is near the beginning, so we're going to have to make a mad dash there. But that's no problem.
Impressive! Most impressive. Please take this sacred, thingamajig as a token of our everlasting gratitude.
Ah, yes, the classic thingamajig. Not to be confused with a doohickey. Or a widget. I actually had an economics professor who loved to use widgets as his generic term for, like, examples and that kind of thing, so when I need a generic example for things, I just use widgets now. It's such a good term. It's a good term, I like it. Sounds good. Kinda like the word wonky. That's just a nice sounding word, you know? Ugh, that number isn't round. It's driving me nuts. It's like, it has to end in a 0. Otherwise the entire fabric of the universe destabilizes and all hope is lost. It's the principle of the matter. Anyway, here's Moneybags again.
Say, Spyro, you see this wall here? I bet you're dying to know what's on the other side. If only I had a few more gems, I might be able to remember how to lower the wall.
Oh, alright. Pay 400 gems.
Yes, the sparkling beauty of those gems seems to have jogged my memory.
Did you even do anything? Whatever.
Okay. So it's not the portal to Dragon Shores. Aquaria Towers is still a lovely place. Why, I have a home there myself.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. I love this guy. He is so darn egotistical and just greedy. It's so good. I hate him so much. I hate him so much I love him. And the best part is, he's even worse in Spyro 3. Like, his depravity is honestly unbelievable in that game. It's so good.
The funny-looking guys with the shock sticks have drained all our water. We can't get it back unless someone activates the switches they're guarding.
That sounds like a job for me.
The shock stick guys are tough. Yesterday they turned Vern, our giant squid, into fried calamari.
Yeah, this is Aquaria Towers, a very underwater-heavy stage, which I'm sure for some people sends cold shivers down your spine, but given my previous talks about how Spyro handles underwater, I actually think it's pretty fun. No, I need the gems. You don't understand. This is a pivotal matter. I need all the shiny objects. It helps my brain feel good. But yeah, each time you hit a switch, the water level will rise, so you'll be able to explore more of the world. Just literally explode these crabs because, you know, rated E for explosions, because that's not horrifying at all. His eyes separated. Man, the ESRB did not care very much back. Look, his eyes are gone. That's horrible. But oh, it's because it's got bright pastel colors. Oh yeah, that's fine for children to witness exploding eyeballs. Alright, so the Robo Sharks will eat you alive instantly, so don't do that. Oh yeah, the sheep in this stage, they're wearing little scuba helmets so that they can breathe underwater. When the Doom Eternal soundtrack kicks in. Indeed! It's just, I don't know, most children's games are pretty violent if you stop and think about it. Like, even good old Super Mario. Remember, he defeats most of his enemies by dropping on them and crushing them whole. You know, for kids! Squishing, fun for the whole family. Try and slap that in a lunchbox. Ape Escape, you gotta hit monkeys with stun batons? Yeah! That's not child-friendly. But hey, at least those are monkeys you get for free, and is actually fun, and doesn't damage the environment. Ha! Topical jokes!
Hi, Spyro. You must be tougher than you look to get here. All the same, you won't be able to get past the metal sharks up ahead. I suppose I could let you borrow my submarine, though. For a modest fee, of course.
Alright. 100 gems. It's a deal.
A pleasure doing business with you, Spyro. This submarine is 100% shark-proof. I guarantee it.
I sure hope so. Yeah, now we'll just need to use the sub in order to get past the metal sharks, which the game will do for us automatically. But we cannot pick up any gems. Don't worry, we will be able to rectify this soon enough. Ah! Alright. Just a couple 100,000 volts coursing through my body. You know, no big deal. Shrug it off, champ. No, hit the button. Thank you. Alright, and with that, the stage becomes entirely underwater.
Our world is wet again. We all want you to have this talisman of Aquaria Towers to remember us by.
Well, thank you. Oh, it's a conch shell. But is it a magic conch shell? You know what? It probably is. Sorry, I need the help. Alright, so, we have a super flame power up here, which is what will enable us to get rid of the sharks. So we just need to find a safe spot to take pot shots from, because if you get too close, you will be eaten. There we go. Alright, we'll get a refresh, and then we'll go back through the tunnel that Moneybag Sub let us get through. And you'll notice, I don't even think it took us a minute to invalidate the purchase. But, you know, that is just how things go. Caveat emptor and all that. Alright, I don't want to get too close here. There we go. Alright, sweet! No other gems here. And yes, you can ride the sub again if you want, but since all the sharks have been blown up, not really much of a need to. But the game lets you do it, and it's fun. I appreciate it when games let you do things that you don't really need to do, but they let you do it because it's fun. Because, you know, that's what video games are supposed to be, fun, and not, you know, microtransaction-laden loot box simulators. Alright, but actually, there's a big part of the area we couldn't have explored up here. And, like, this is a big open space. It's mighty impressive. I'm gonna try to scour all of the gems first. But yeah, just look at the speed that we've got here. Because yeah, if all you could do underwater was just paddle, like this, torture. Just torture. Thankfully, the game developers were both intelligent enough and merciful enough to not make you do that. Ah, hello, Hunter. Oh.
I've been trying to tame my new pet manta ray, but he just won't obey me. Hey, you're just about the right size to ride on his back.
Okay. Sure. How are you breathing underwater? Like, I think I saw you have a snorkel, but you do realize snorkels require you to be, like, above the water. enough so that, you know, the air can reach your lungs. That's how snorkels work.
Great. Hop on his back and guide him through each of the rings of bubbles as it appears. And remember, he's brand new, so try not to get him dented or scratched up.
Hunter's talking about this manta ray like it's a new car or something. Did you get the insurance? Did you get the manta ray insurance that, you know, is apparently a thing, I guess? All right.
Well done. I suppose I owe you something for that. Here, take this orb. I found it in one of my flippers.
All right. Thanks.
Now that the manta ray's tamed, I'd love to get him into racing shape. Care to take him through a harder course?
Sure. I'm game.
Okay. Good luck.
4-star difficulty, huh? I'll be the judge of that. But yeah, strangely, each of the challenges is given like a star rating. Which, I don't know, that just seems kind of strange. Normally in these kind of platformers with objectives and that kind of stuff, you're not really given like a challenge rating. All right.
Incredible. You've got real talent. I could use a partner like you. You can have the orb I found in my other flipper, too. Sorry, pal. I don't have any new jobs for you at the moment.
Oh, got some intrigue going. Okay. I'm all about that. Collect the last few gems underwater. Use the treasure tracker. Oh, I think I know where Sparks is pointing. Okay, hold on a sec. Actually, no, we need to come back. No, back up. Go back up. There we go. Sorry. One of the things I really like about Spyro 2 is that trying to go for 100% makes you route things in a very interesting way. Just... sometimes it doesn't go quite the way you want it to. That's who we want to talk to.
The water workers have kidnapped 6 of my children and hidden them in the tops of these numbered towers. I borrowed some explosives to blast the doors off the towers.
Where do you get explosives from?
If you can make it to the top of the 6 numbered towers, my children will be safe.
Okay, reach your children. Got it. So each tower will have a defense system of electricity, which, shouldn't that immediately fry everything in the area? Again, there I go, pondering the physics, but I don't know, I think it's just kind of funny. So tower number 2 is... there, okay. But now we have double electricity. And thankfully, all of the electricity disappears once you've rescued the child from that tower, so you don't have to worry about getting electrocuted on your way back. What a bonus. Oh, crabs. Alright. Somehow I'm... wow. Okay, well, you're gone now. This one... oh, this one's just electricity. Oh, but it's in a cycle this time. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay. Number 5. I think... now let's see. It's in one of the other rooms. I think number 5 is in this room. Negative. Okay, then it's in the other one. This is actually good, because this will allow us to pick up what I think is the last gem we're missing. The last couple of gems, rather. They should be right up here. Yep. I always forget about those gems, but then I always remember. It's like, oh, I forgot gems. Wait, I know which ones I've forgotten. Does anyone have those kinds of moments in games where there's clearly a thing you forgot, but then you immediately remember, oh, it's this thing I forgot? Just because of how often you forgot about it in the past, it's like, you remember it enough to where it's like, okay, if I forget a thing, it's here. But you still don't remember to pick it up in the first place. Happens all the time. Well, I'm glad to know that it seems to be a fairly universal thing. And I should mention, using the treasure tracker when there is no treasure left doesn't do anything. Oh, okay. Alright. No damage taken. You love to see
You
it.
did it. Now we can swim in peace. I heard that you were collecting these orbs. Please take this one.
Alright, now we can leave. Now that the ritual has been completed. And away they go. Let's see, I actually think that should be everything that we're ready to go for the boss.
Well done, Spyro. Now that you have 6 talismans, this door will open. Okay, Spyro, jump through that hole in the floor to get down to Crush's dungeon. I'll help you by tossing sheep through the hole if I can catch them. Good luck.
Okay, let's see, we got good health. Let's just go for it. Let's just fight our first boss. And get some more plot. Also, be prepared for more popping, because apparently the designers couldn't afford a pop filter.
To the castle dungeon, Spyro, I thought that you might want to know how Ripto and his monsters arrived in Avalar. You see, last week in the winter tundra, the professor was working on some new super portal technology.
There. That's the last orb in place. Now, let's see. All we need are some coordinates.
Yeah, how about 22475? That's my birthday.
No, Hunter, don't!
What?
Get off! Get off me, you useless buffoons! Why can't either of you? Where are we? No dragons. Wonderful. Crush, go back and pack my bags. We're moving in. Say hello to your new king.
Professor, shut it down! Hurry!
Oh my, I can't see the switch. I think I've broken my glasses.
Crush, go through the portal, you idiot.
Tell all your friends to take the orbs and scatter them throughout Avalar, quickly!
No! Go! Crush! Get the orbs now! No! You despicable little creature! I'll kill you!
This is bad news for Avalar. Hunter, why didn't you chase him?
Yeah, I would have gone after him. But didn't he say something about not liking dragons?
Professor, Could we catch a dragon to help us?
Yes, I think so. We'll need a world that has an alignment much better suited to intercepting one of these creatures. How about Glimmer?
Good idea. We better go right now.
Alright, so, that's how all this happened. Question in the back. Why couldn't you just let them all go through the portal to get their stuff, and then take the orbs out? Anyway, here's a boss fight. So Crush will slam down on the buttons to cause attacks. The blue ones will send a shockwave towards you. He has a shield when he's doing so you want to wait until he moves to a new button. Then flame him. Or try to, anyway. Once you hit him, make sure to run away, because he'll swing his club at you and cause an avalanche of boulders. And the boulders can damage you too, so get far enough away. After a few hits, the buttons will change color to red. This will now cause him to shoot out fireballs. Just charge out of the way. Follow the same pattern. Flame him, run away. Once he's down to 3 hit points, you'll enter the final phase, where some of the buttons will become blue again. However, this time, he'll now stomp with 1 foot, which means the attacks will come out a bit faster. And after you flame him, he'll give chase for a moment. Just keep charging away from him. Alright, GG's, shake my hand. Also, you get a skill point if you manage to defeat a boss without taking damage. But yeah, that Crush as the first boss is relatively straightforward, as first bosses should be.
Now, Crush! You may have been able to defeat that simpleton, but Gulp will be more than a match for you.
Bring it on, Shorty.
Gulp, come here now! Destroy him, and make sure it's painful! What? The roof? Gulp, get me out of here! So long, dragon.
What a wuss.
And with that, we've saved the castle by changing the banners back? Meanwhile, in Autumn Plains...
That Ripto has caused enough damage. All his meddling has cost me a fortune. If it wasn't for Spyro, I'd be bankrupt. If Ripto were here, I'd give him a piece of my mind. In fact, I'd give him a lot more than that. I was a champion bantamweight boxer at university, and I still know a few moves. Take that, and that. Boo. Ah! Why, you...
Huh, alright then. I'm glad to see that, the line of succession is determined by capture the flag rules in this world, apparently. But anyway, welcome to the second hub world, Autumn Plains. As you can see, we have lots of gems to collect. This is also the biggest hub world, not just in terms of size, but also in terms of the number of stages in it. I think there are 10 total stages in here. So, we still have a lot of work ahead of us. And the flags are sentient and can detect who's in charge. That's also important. Let's see, we definitely want to learn the new skill here first before we go into any of the portals. Hello, Moneybags. What wondrous technique will you teach us this time? Judging by the latter, I'm gonna guess you're gonna teach us how to bake us a cake.
Well, well, I bet a rich dragon like you wouldn't mind cashing in a few gems to learn how to climb. I'd be willing to teach you for, say, I don't know, a small fee.
500 gems to learn how to climb? Sure.
You won't regret it. Okay, when you see a wall surface that looks climbable, like the one to my left here, just jump onto it, and you will grab it with your claws. Use the D-pad to move up and down, and press jump again to get off. You can also jump sideways onto another climbable area.
Alright, so that's how climbing works. Just jump onto the wall texture that lets you climb, and now you can do it. Sweet! And as Moneybags was saying, you can jump to a wall adjacent to you by just moving to the side and jumping. Oh, there's a 1-up. Sweet. Alright, so coming up here is the thing that I've been talking about for a while in regards to the game communicating how important orbs are.
Oh, Spyro, hello. I was just having trouble with this door, and I think some orb power might unstick it. I see you've collected a good number of orbs there.
You need 8 orbs to open the door, which, okay, that's fine.
Orbs are very powerful, Spyro. Collect a few now, and you won't regret it later. There are at least 2 in every world of Avalar.
Okay, so based off of that we needed 8 orbs to unlock this door in the relative midpoint of the adventure, because there's only 3 hub worlds, and we're at the second one. The second hub world is bigger than the third, so we still have a lot of stuff to do here, but based off that, how many orbs do you think you need to finish the game? Not 100% it, but finish it. Go on, take a guess. Take a stab. How many do you think? I'm gonna pay Moneybags while you ponder that question.
I can let you into the little castle over there in exchange for a few gems. What do you say?
Fine, fine, why not?
No one's been through that portal in years. I thought I'd never find a sucker. I mean, you're a shrewd customer, Spyro.
Sure, whatever you say. Moneybags is the real villain of this game, changed my mind.
Have fun over there. Say hi to Ripto if you see him.
Shady Oasis, alright. Okay, so in answer to the question I posed before, how many orbs do you think you need to finish the game based off of the 8 that we needed for that gate? If you said the answer was 40, congratulations, you're correct. Now, how you would ever figure that you would go from 8 orbs to needing 40 orbs to finish the game, I don't know. And that's like a considerable amount. I mean, the game does, it does try to tell you that orbs are important. And I'm honestly impressed I'm saying this, but I think the game could have stood to gate things off a little better. Like, say, on the first boss, you would need all 6 talismans and let's say 10 orbs. How many orbs do we have right now? We have 19. And there were even some orbs that we couldn't get before. So, it's not even like we're 100%ing every single stage at the moment. It's just, jumping from 8 to 40 orbs is a lot. So I just think the game could have done a better job of trying to communicate that you need to be collecting orbs frequently. Anyway, here's Moneybags again.
I would love to let you enter this Speedway free of charge, Spyro. Love to. Unfortunately, the Speedway rules require me to charge a small fee.
It's a bargain, sure.
You've chosen wisely. I bet a quick dragon like you will win your money back in no time. Good luck in the races, Spyro. I'm betting on you to win first place. Don't let me down.
Oh, great. Now you're going to make double money off of me. But we're not going to go there just yet. We're just going through unlocking everything, just so we can have a nice, quick trip through when we're actually ready to start entering worlds. These portals are the ones that will take you between the hub worlds, so keep your eyes peeled for them. There is one kind of by the middle area, and one by the boss area.
Hi, Spyro. Ripto and Gulp are hiding out in a room in the castle below us. You'll need all 14 talisman in order to break the lock and get to them.
I mean, I guess technically the game does try to persuade you to collect orbs by requiring all of the talismans, but, you know, that just indicates that talismans are important, not necessarily that the orbs are important. Or at least important enough to warrant collecting a bunch of them. Because there are only 64 orbs in the whole game. And so 40 is, you know, it's not all of them definitely, but it's more than half. It's a good amount that you need. It's just, again, I feel like the game could have prepped you more from the jump from needing 8 orbs to get to most of the other stages in this world to needing 40 orbs to fight the final boss. Anyway, we're up here. Get ready for the most impressive glide in the game. We're going to jump to that little island over there. I remember this moment when I first did it. It was so impressive to kid me. Just the fact that I could actually jump to this, it was unbelievable. Let me jump to the wall here. There's Moneybags again, because apparently he's mastered the art of instant teleportation like apparently everyone else in this universe except us. But if we charge along the wall here, eventually we find some gems, and more importantly, another orb. I ponder the orb and its magnificence. Oh, hello again, Alora.
Well done, Spyro. The power from your orbs has activated the whirlwind.
Let's see, I think you need 6 orbs to open up this whirlwind.
Ripto keeps on taking over our castles. At this rate, moving doesn't sound like a bad idea.
This leads us to Metro Speedway, which we will go to later, but not right now. Very soon. Once again, here's Moneybags blocking off another portal.
Legend has it that there is a portal to Zephyr here, and legend also has it that I know how to activate it. Furthermore, as I recall, the legend mentioned something about me activating it for a small fee.
Does the legend also say anything about me torching your backside? Because then I'll believe it, but here's your money.
Thanks for the gems, Spyro. With all this cash, I can open a lizard burger shop in Skelos Badlands. Those darn birds in Zephyr never paid me for all the bombs and TNT barrels I gave them.
Well, at least someone's smart enough to not pay you. Alright, the Autumn Plains hub world is complete, and we've unlocked basically everything. But now, it's time for backtracking. And again, this kind of goes back into what I've been mentioning before, in that backtracking can offer a nice curveball in your progression loop, but it has to be done right. And I don't think Spyro 2 handles its backtracking as well as it could. For example, we've just learned the ability to climb, so what the game wanted us to do is now go back to Glimmer, Sunny Beach, and the hub world in order to collect the remaining things. But as you saw in Glimmer, with a little bit of finesse, you can skip the backtracking there. You cannot do so here. And you're probably wondering, well, okay, what does the backtracking get you? Well,
there's something shiny at the top of this wall. Maybe you could climb up and get it.
Now that we can climb up this wall. And you're probably wondering, oh, what wonders await us up here? Well, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. An orb. There's 10 gems in an orb. What a great prize. Let's see, we'll go back to Sunny Beach because this is the last stage in Summer Forest where we need to do something. So it's like, okay, we got 10 gems and an orb from that. And it wasn't like, okay, there's a fun little platforming challenge or anything there. It was just, hey, you bought this upgrade. Now you can do the thing. That's one of the things about backtracking that needs to be done well, is that when you do backtrack, you need to be doing something fun with it. Or at least, I guess it's quick enough to where it's not that intrusive, but, you know, if it's literally that quick, just climbing up a ladder just to collect some gems and an orb, and that's it, that's all that was accomplished. Forgive me for asking this, but what was the point of the backtracking there? What was added that couldn't have been, you know, would we really have missed it that much if we didn't have to climb the ladder just to pick up the 10 gems and all that? I don't know, it's the kind of thing that I think about these days. Again, it's my trying to be a more critical eye to the games of my past. I know it sounds like I'm dunking on this game a lot, and I think I've made my opinion kind of clear that I don't think this game is bad, quite the opposite. But I do think that I used to be in the camp that I thought Spyro 2 was the best Spyro game. I am definitely no longer in that camp. I think Spyro 3 is the best one. And I would also say, again, most of the backtracking in this game is fairly innocent, at least in terms of what's happening. It's not that complicated, it's not that difficult to go back, it doesn't take that much time. But, again, that just kind of also brings up the question of, why was it there in the first place? How does this improve the game experience? And if you know your answer to that question is, well, I don't know, then does it really need to be there? I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I've watched too many analytical videos on the internet, and it's forever changed me.
Hello, young one. There's a chef up at the top of this ladder who wants to make soup out of our turtles. Maybe you could climb up there and stop him.
Alright, sure. Now see, this, at least results in a fun mini-game. We're gonna bypass the chef first, because there are gems in the pool. Alright, that's all the gems in the stage. Now for the orbs.
Your turtle friends happen to make a very good soup. If I can catch them. You can try to say them if you like, but I'm feeling awfully hungry.
Also, I'm not really sure what accent you're supposed to be going there. Is that supposed to be, like, French? Just done badly? I don't know. Okay, keep turtles out of the cauldron. Okie dokie. So yeah, thankfully you get this kind of overhead camera angle. And your goal is to knock the turtles into the drink. Your charge sends them bouncing around in a kind of ricochet pattern. But flaming them is a lot more controllable, so generally you want to use your flame breath to push them into the general ways where you can charge them into the water.
So, you saved a few turtles. There are more where those came from. Here, take this orb and go away.
Oh, bribery. Oh, I see. Okay. That doesn't work on me, Chief. Or I guess I should say Chef. Also, I like how they go into like a little faucet. I don't think so. That's a bank shot if I've ever seen one. Boink. Nope. Off you go.
Rats! You save every turtle on the beach. Here, take this. I was gonna use it to buy potatoes, but now I don't need it.
Apparently, a sack of potatoes is worth 1 orb. I'm glad to know the exchange rate in this world. And with that, let's get out of here. Alright, and with that, the entire world of Summer Forest is clear. Just double check that. Yep. Alright. Now we can continue with Autumn Plains. Unfortunately, unlike in the Reignited trilogy, the guidebook does not allow you to jump to worlds. If you want to go, you'll have to actually go to the portals themselves, which is unfortunate. Let's see. Where do I want to start? Let's start at the beginning. You know, as most beginnings are supposed to start at the beginning. Let's see if I can glide right into the first area portal. Oh, he's coming in hot. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. Crystal Glacier. Nailed it. Well, that didn't work. Alright, so we gotta unfreeze these little guys.
Spyro, the Ice Wizards have imprisoned our leader, Shaman Tuck. Can you help us rescue him? It is urgent. He has our tickets to tonight's hockey game in Colossus Valley.
Alright, sure. I'll help you out. Sorry for the voice crack.
If you get on the catapult, we'll help you across the chasm.
Alright, so just jump on the bone catapult. Also, our fodder are the little sentient snowballs. Okay, so these guys will throw snowballs at you. Just wait for the projectile, go around it, then flame them. They're also capable of refreezing the little guys, so you want to make sure you take care of the enemies first, before you try to thaw them out. Oh, explosive bottles. Charging them will make them explode, so you want to set them off with your flame breath. Just make sure you back up before the bottles go off. Which gives a whole new meaning to the term bottle rocket.
Watch, we'll help you climb this wall up ahead.
Alright, I'm prepared to watch and be amazed. Alright, well thanks. Apparently Spyro must not be that heavy. Okay. See those little, what look like stalagmites? They're enemies. They're these, like, icicle beak rabbits? Either way, they'll try and run into you. And of course, their sharp nose will beat your head. So you'll want to use your flame breath. Just hold your ground and flame them when they get close. Also, one of these challenges will prove to be very tough if you have a problem with spiders, so I'm just gonna warn you of that right now. Let's go over here real quick. But yeah, it's the Spyro series, as well as most of the games that I play, I'm starting to realize I just kind of fall into this nice flow with. It's just, there's not a lot of thinking involved. It's just a lot of doing. And I guess that's just my experience of having played these games so much. Also, based on the light here, it looks like Moneybags has the worst case of frostbite ever, which he deserves.
Hello there, Spyro. I could arrange for you to cross this bridge for a small fee.
I feel like we've already done this before, but whatever, here.
Thank you, Spyro. Now I can buy that condo in Hurricos that I've been wanting for so long. Go ahead and cross the bridge.
Good for you. Moneybag sounds like the Duke in RE8. In terms of voice actor, I don't think it's the same person. I'd be very impressed if it was.
Be careful on the other side of that bridge. I don't want anything bad to happen to my favorite customer.
Alright, we'll just cross the living bone skeleton bridge. You know, as one does. There's a 1-up. I'm gonna save that in case of I take some damage. That was close. Are you trying to hit me or something? Alright, let's get the ice builders out of their icy prisons. I want that gem.
Thanks, Spyro. Just hold tight for a second and look out below.
Boom!
Ow. You'd think those guys could have got me out of here without rolling a 2-ton snowball onto my head. Here, take this crystal. I traded some hockey tickets for it.
Yeah, sure, I'll take that off your hands. Hey, I really gotta go. I'll see you later. Thanks. Boy, the ice builders will not be happy once they realize I've effectively stolen their hockey tickets. It's all for a good cause, so meh. Alright, let's go over here.
I lost my pet snow leopard. I was busy fishing, and when I turned around, he was gone. I hope George didn't get eaten by the Draclets.
Find the snow leopard George. You know, the most snow leopard of names. George. I'm sorry, that doesn't exactly instill fear into my heart. But yeah, this challenge is... Is it even a challenge? Because basically all you gotta do is follow George until he stops by one of the fishing holes. And then... just flame a fish. And then he'll move to the next one. Do that, I think it's 3 times, and then he'll just start following you. So then we can just take him back. I like all the cave paintings on the walls. Those are a nice touch. Oops. There we go. Alright, now he'll follow us. You're a good boy, George. Anyway, let's, we'll just walk. You do walk a little bit faster than he does, so don't charge. Just, mosey your way on back. Make sure you stay close enough to George.
You found George. I'm so glad he's safe. I'll be sure to pay more attention to him from now on. All I have with me is this round shiny thing I caught while I was fishing. You can have it if you like.
Sure. Although, to be fair, it didn't really seem like you were putting in much effort to find George. He was literally just around a wall. It wasn't like he was trapped in a cage or something. Oh well. I got a thing out of it, so I'm happy. Take the one up. Okay, so here is the second challenge, which will involve using the Superfly.
We used to give guided tours of these caves, but now they are infested with multiplying Draclets. It's only a matter of time before they take over our whole village. Do you think you can get rid of them for us?
Help eliminate the Draclets? Sure, looks too scary.
Great! But remember, you have to catch them all quickly, because if any are left alive, they will continue to multiply.
Alright, flame all the Draclets, and you will need to use the Superfly power-up. I just realized, these pyramids are a nice blue color to reflect everything else. That's a nice touch. Alright, so let's just go to the skies and do what we've always wanted to do, and burn every single living spider imaginable. Or, well, they're called Draclets here, but you get the basic idea is the same. And yes, I know spiders are in fact important to the natural order of things, and actually most of them are harmless. But still, they have way more legs than is necessary for any living thing. And I'm extremely jealous that they get to have multiple legs, so they all have to die. I'm sorry. It's just, why couldn't I have 8 legs too? I guess that would make hunting for shoes very difficult. Alright, we did it.
You have saved us all from a grisly fate. Please, accept this orb as a small token of our thanks.
I hate centipedes much more. The centipedes are they're just showing off that they get to have all of these legs. Too many legs to live. Yes, that's pretty much how I feel. No, actually, I don't go out of my way to kill spiders. I just run away screaming. That's my usual response. Like, ah, yes, hello, you have way more legs than me. Please have my house and leave me alone. I will vacate my house. It's like, have you seen the spiders that live in Australia? It's like, how have all Australians not died yet? It's impressive. They're just built different. Okay. Let's get out of here. I don't mind spiders as much, but centipedes, they get punched to death. Ugh. So yeah, I'm not really sure why all of the like opening and ending sequences just involve death. I don't know. It's just it gets a little tiring after a while. Let's I think I can talk. Excuse me. I don't know why my brain and my mouth decided to conspire against me and produce that noise. I think I have enough time for one more stage, so let's go to Skelos Badlands. That was impressive. I don't think I'll ever be able to produce that sound again. Nor do I really want to.
Hey, Dragon. I hear you're pretty tough. I bet my cousin Glug you wouldn't be able to make it through Badlands without getting singed.
Alright. So I guess we're trying to win a bet for someone.
Oh, if you see any of my little buddies getting torched, do you mind helping them out?
Sure, I guess I can work that into my schedule. So this stage is interesting in that it'll produce a lot of lava rocks that you can shoot at enemies. I think this stage introduces one of the final power-ups available to us. So the flame guys do something different from the ice guys. Instead of shooting a single projectile snowball, they'll instead lob a fire wave at you. However, much like with the snowball guys, you can avoid it just by jumping over it and then charging them. But watch out for their heads. Their heads will explode, so give their head space. Whoop. Keep collecting the goods. Oh, this stage also introduces another new mechanic. A very interesting one. The first challenge.
Spyro, our village is being overrun by lava lizards. Can't you get rid of them before they eat my little buddies? I'll lower the bridge for you so you can get over there.
Cross the bridge, save the villagers. Sounds good to me. So the lava lizards will hatch out of these eggs. Just, barbecue them. Alright.
Well done, Grasshopper. Take this shiny, thing we found to aid your journey.
But I'm a dragon, not a grasshopper. Alright, but now for the hard part.
Uh-oh. It looks like more lizard eggs are dropping down. Are you ready for another challenge?
Save the villagers again. This time it's much harder, and the 5 stars are actually worth it. This is probably one of the hardest challenges in the game, at least from my recollection. Because the eggs don't hatch in anything resembling a pattern. So where? I think someone's about to be eaten. Yes. Alright, we're running that back. Thankfully, losing this does not cost you a life. Oh. Oh, that was the same one as before. Okay. I think I need to double back. Okay, I see. Well, I thought I did. Okay. Alright, so the pattern... So this one, immediate left. Darn it. Oh, I missed! And of course, you can't skip this part, so you have to revel in your failure. Okay. Now this one... Darn it, get out of my way. Okay.
Thank you for helping us again, Spyro. You deserve another shiny thing. I was going to use it as a nightlight.
Alright, it took some doing, but we pulled through. Now try not to be eaten again, okay? Ugh. Oh, you jerk. Alright, hold on. Think you're so smart, do ya? Oh, so these guys are part of another challenge. Might as well just get rid of them while we're here. Woo! Yeah, sometimes when you defeat fodder enemies, they will drop one-up butterflies instead of the regular ones. So do we have enough? No, we need 16. Grab this. Spit it a couple of times to the bone gate. We'll get through. But yeah, as you may have noticed, one of the things that Spyro 2 likes to do is have themes that kind of bounce off of each other. Like, for example, both Crystal Glacier and Skelos Badlands have the kind of caveman aesthetic. But of course, one of them is based on ice and the other is based on fire. And you'll see this kind of duality in many of the stages. In fact, there's a very interesting pair of stages that I don't think we'll get to today, but they have a very interesting design that I actually quite like. Almost have enough. Oh, I'm fine. They didn't see that.
I'm so sad. Those pesky lava toads have stolen all my friend's bones. If you help me put him back together again, he'd sure be more fun.
Get bones from lava toads. Okie dokie.
Excellent! You made it through the Badlands. I knew I'd win that bet. My cousin Gronk is a fool to bet against a dragon. Take this talisman for helping me out.
Well, I'm glad to see that I get what should be a sacred artifact just for helping you win a bet, mister.
If you don't know what to do with the talisman, maybe you could make a nice soup with it.
No, I know what needs to be done. Let's see, oh, there's a 1-up right there. Go ahead and snag it. So here's a question, because the previous areas, or really the duality of the two stages that we've been in, involved hot and cold. So which do you prefer, being too hot or being too cold? I definitely prefer being cold over hot. Because with cold, you know, you can put on more layers. There's a limit to the number of layers that you can take off when it gets too hot. That's some careful jumping. Not again. I shouldn't have taken that 1-up. So now I need the health. I'll take that. And I'll land here. Alright, so this is our I think there's one more power-up we haven't seen yet. This is invincibility. You are now impervious to damage for a short period of time, letting you walk on hazardous materials and other things. Unfortunately, invincibility is one of the shorter-lasting power-ups, as it should be. So these are mystery jars. Basically, by smashing one, another one will appear in a sequence. There's no timer on any of these, but they do move around the stage, and generally in a kind of backtracking manner. Alright, so these guys. Ow. These cat bats are actually programmed to fly above you if you attempt to get close to torch them. So instead, you'll want to grab one of the lava rocks and chuck it at them. Which, by doing this, not only will you clear out the area and get some extra spirit particles in case you don't have enough for invincibility yet, destroying all of them. If I can hit the last one. Gives you a skill point. Alright, so that rocket destroyed the strong chest we saw earlier. We'll just quickly hustle our bustle up there. Get incinerated for our greed. Alright, well, we need another lava rock here. So we can hit this toad up here. I'll take that off your hands. More invincibility. Alright, and the last two bones should be over here. Climbing up the lava staircase. There's also a mystery jar here. Oh, I know where the last gems are. They're in the mystery vase. Okay. I just want to fly or glide through. Grab the last bone.
Thank you, Spyro. Now I can put my friend back together. Please, take this as a token of my appreciation. A fairy left it with me a little while ago.
Well, thanks. And we don't just get an orb, but we get a little dance. Now that's funky. Alright, let's go collect the last gems from the mystery vase, and we'll bail on out of here. That's everything. And again, on that very funny moment? I don't think so, but whatever. Yeah, that concludes Skelos Badlands. We are well on our way. Let me check the guidebook real quick. How much is left? I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 regular stages and the 2 speedways. And then, yeah. I think this has been some good progress that we made today, so I think this is going to be a good place to call it quits for today. I am off of work tomorrow for the New Year's. That's just how it fell for the company. So, I hope to see you tomorrow. I don't know if I'll finish Spyro 2, but I will get very close, hopefully, unless my internet conspires against me again. If you'd like to stay up to date on the things that I do, I have a Discord that you can see on my information panels. I am hoping to update my panels with to make sure that all the information is up to date, because it's a new year, and so there's gonna be some new things around here, including one very special project that I've been ruminating on for a while. I hope you like it. But for now, this is the Defender signing out. See you later!